Claude is down. Let's take a look at what's happening with Claude. I'm seeing an unreported outage with Claude. Of course, it's the popular tool behind Claude code. I'm seeing on Claude's official website, all systems operational. So nothing acknowledged by them yet, but the reports of an outage with Claude are streaming in right now. StatusGator shows the possible Claude outage. Of course, StatusGator reports outages that are not officially acknowledged by providers, and it does so regularly based on outage reports received by StatusGator users and customers. So you can see here on the StatusGator unofficial status page, this is the public Claude status page that we allow anyone to go and see at any time. You can see an uptick here in just the last couple of minutes, with outage reports reaching the 300 count here. This is a signal strength that we detect based on people's interest in the Claude status, and we report that here based on the number of people who have reported outages to us. So I myself have experienced this. I will upvote the service down right here, and I can submit that report here to StatusGator. All of these reports help fuel StatusGator outage reporting. And it is one of the most popular features of StatusGator to get these outage alerts before providers acknowledge them. And you can see here, I'm seeing reports from all over the world, not just in the US. There is an outage map. So if you click Claude outage map here, you can see where in the world people are reporting outages with Claude. And we show these on a big world map. Very useful to see if these are localized. Oftentimes they are. This case, they are not. You can report an outage here from the outage map as well. We have over 7,000 services on StatusGator, and you can search for any of them here. Of course, Anthropic is another service related to Claude. Both of these are on StatusGator. We have Claude. We, of course, have GitHub and all the most popular services that have had many outages recently. On my backend tool here, you can see a lot of people reporting the outage as a 500 error. I've seen this in Claude, 500 error message, API internal service error, Claude code all web down, chat's not responding. This is coming in from both the Anthropic service in StatusGator's catalog and the Claude service as well. You can see here, again, the Claude status page is showing all systems operational. One of the things that always surprises me is just how long it takes some providers to acknowledge these outages on their status page. Part of StatusGator's value is that we alert you often long before the provider acknowledges it. And you can see on the status page on StatusGator, we do show a summary of outages. So in this case, you can go down and see Claude outages down below here. Some of these are never acknowledged, and this does happen with some regularity. We do rate that Anthropic and Claude are relatively good at updating their status page. Certainly compared to many providers on StatusGator, we rate them an A, excellent, which means they generally acknowledge things in less than 15 minutes since the start of an outage. So right now I'm looking at, it's 3:43 p.m. here on the East Coast. So it's 3:24 p.m. is when we initially detected this outage. So far has not yet been acknowledged by Anthropic. Sometimes it takes them 26 minutes to acknowledge things. Here you can see 18 minutes, 14 minutes. It really just depends on the outage. Generally speaking, they do acknowledge things within 15 minutes, though. If you click here to the outage history, we do have a Claude outage history page. We try to summarize the major outages here, and you can see many of them are short in nature, but long in impact. Some of these things affect all users of Claude, which at this point is millions of people. And you can see here on February 3rd, there was a Claude API outage that StatusGator detected 11 minutes before they put it on their status page. StatusGator, being a status aggregator, has access to thousands of status pages, and we pull in the status of these services from their official status pages every several minutes. And one of the big values is us being able to see these outages often before the providers acknowledge them. So if you're experiencing this Claude outage, I would encourage you to go to statusgator.com and see if other people are experiencing this outage as well. You can always come in here and look at that graph. This is open to the public, and you're able to see when that outage subsides by looking at this graph and seeing that the history tails off eventually when when the incident starts recovering. And this is open and free for the public for anyone to use. You can also report an outage to us, which helps report that to other people who use Claude. And of course, If your company depends on Claude, you may consider a StatusGator subscription. You can sign up and monitor 3 services for free, or you can monitor many services with many of our paid plans, where you'll get these early outage alerts for all of the services that you depend on. We'll keep watching this Claude outage, and we'll keep tabs on it, and you can do so from StatusGator.com. Thanks for watching.